Okay, last two problems on page 3. Okay, remember this is an inequality, so we're going to graph it. You remember we got to pick whether the line is solid or dashed, and then we have to shade it. Okay, so on this first one, erase this. On this first one, it's already in the y equals mx plus b form, so we can just go ahead and graph it. Remember, we always start at the number on the right, the 1. So we go to positive 1. And now the slope is -3, but we can always put that over 1 to let us know that first we're going down 3 and then over 1. Okay, and I'll just keep going. Down 3, over 1. There's no more space, so I'm going to go back up the other way. Continue the pattern this way. Up 3, left 1. Up 3, left 1. Now complete a line. Now here's the thing. If it is less than or greater than, dashed line. If it is less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to, solid line. Okay? So in this case, it's greater than without the equal to sign, so it's going to be dashed. Dash, 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 dash. And then don't forget, put arrows on the ends. But then the last part is we got to shade. Okay? So, again, if it is less than, we shade below. If it is greater than, we shade above. Okay? So now it's leaning this way, so below the line would be here, and above will be here. And it says greater than, so we need to shade above. And above will be this side. So we shade everything in this area. And again, what does that mean? It means that our answer can be any number, any point in this zone, in this region. However, if the line is dashed, the answer cannot touch this line. So that point right there is not an answer because the line is dashed. If it was solid like this, that point could be an answer. It could be a solution. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to test it, make sure that we shade it correctly. So pick a point that has small numbers so it's easier to use. I'm going to pick this one right here. That's 1 and 0. Because I like 0. 0 cancels things out, or it's just easier to work with. So I'm going to take my original equation, or inequality. Y is greater than -3, x plus 1. I'm going to plug in the 0 for y, plug in the 1 for the x. Okay, now, -3 times 1 is just -3. And then plus 1 is -2. And then you have to say to yourself, is that right? Does 0, or is 0 greater than -1 or -2? Yeah, 0 is always greater than any negative number. So that's right, so that means that we did our shading correctly. Now let's say at the end here, I ended up with 0 is greater than +2. Well, that's not right. 0 is not bigger than 2. So what that means is I shaded in the wrong spot. And so I need to shade on this side. Okay, so you just erase this and then put it over here. You wouldn't have to check again. You only need to check one time. If you're right, leave it as is. If you're wrong, okay, then you have to shade the other side. Okay, but that was -2. Okay, so now in the next one, okay, this equation is not in the slope-intercept form, so we have to change it, kind of like we did in the first question of the test. Okay, so I'm going to bring that little room here. And that's dashed. This is solid. Okay, so what I need to do to solve that, or to get y by itself, is first subtract this 6x from both sides. That cancels. Then I have -2y is less than or equal to -12 minus 6x. I can't subtract those because one has no x and the other has an x. So I'm going to simply just bring them down. X always goes first, So I put negative 6x minus 12. And what I'm going to do to get rid of this 2 is divide it all the way across. Remember, if it's negative, divide the negative. But remember, when we divide a negative with inequalities, what happens is this sign is going to flip. So now this will be greater than or equal to anytime we divide by a negative. So negative 6 divided by negative 2 is 3, and then x, and negative 12 divided by negative 2 is plus 6. Now, I start at 6, okay? Now there's a little bit of a problem here. My graph, this is telling me to go up 3, but I can't. There's no way I can go up 3. So in order to continue this graph, I have to go backwards. So usually I go up 3 and write 1, because it's 3. But since I can't go that way, I have to go backwards this way. So I don't go up 3 and write 1, I go down 3, left 1. Down 3, left 1. Down 3, left 1, down 3, left 1. We just work backwards. Now again, this is equal to, okay? Remember, equal to is a solid line. Okay, there's my line. Now the last step is shading. Now if it's, let's see, it's greater than, and greater than says we go above. And think about it, if it's greater, we go up. If it's less, we go down. It's leaning this way, so above is going to be over here on this side. But again, we always test it anyways. So let's pick a point. Let's do negative 3, and actually let's do one with a 0. Okay, we'll do negative 3 and 0. Okay. So now, plug that into the original inequality. So 0 goes in there for y, and then negative 3 times the negative 3 plus 6. Remember, I'm just plugging in the negative 3, the x, for the x, and then just solve the rest. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9 plus 6, and negative 9 plus 6, negative 3. 0 is greater than or equal to negative 3. That's true. So we know we did it right. Okay? That's it. Good luck.